Who's here?
Where?
All right.
How
Streaming
am
is
I?
turned on everywhere. Give it a minute. Let's see if it breaks.
I see us on the YouTubes. Let me go to the Twitches.
I'm scared to open a window, so you guys let me know.
You're a window.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're live on
Window
we're
D's
live
nuts.
We're live on
fire.
YouTube.
I'm on fire, baby.
I'm just gonna drink from
And
my
we're
comically
live-
large mug. You tell me if we're wrong.
We're live on YouTube and we're live on the
Chard
Twitch.
is so on fire. His new nickname is Simplex A.
Yes,
No? All right.
I got it. I
You
got
know,
it.
I was gonna say this has speaking of nicknames.
Wow.
Sinistar spends a lot of time DJing on the weekends, more like DJ Spinistar. Am I right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thought of that on the drive home.
Wow.
That's off to you.
Yeah.
That's
Hold on, I'm
that's
sorry, guys.
pretty good.
I'm not-
I'm
trying
I'm
not to, I
cutting-
don't want to be disrespectful. My daughter's talking to me. Hold on 2 seconds. What?
I'm cutting that out of the episode when it goes video on Spotify chart.
Spinistar's a solid DJ name.
What-
You're true.
What's it like to
You're
suck
true.
so much?
It is actually.
I also hate it here.
Yeah.
Is Twitch working or is Twitch down too?
It's
it
Twitch is
working?
I
on.
see-
It's working. It's
I
looking
see
great.
Twitch. I
Is
see
it?
Twitch.
Okay. All right. Whenever you guys are
Not
ready.
just in my. It's not in my eye anymore.
All right. All right. You know, guys, I'm so tired of pushing this boulder up this hill. I couldn't even think of a one-liner, so I'm just gonna abdicate to somebody else. So, Chard,
This is less of a one-liner, but more of a story. But the five of us sat down and thought to ourselves, can we take on these Final Fantasy VI? Can we do it in supersonic 2 speeds? Or will we fail totally, battle totally, and be doomed 3 for the rest of eternity to spin that wheel of pain? Let's discuss that today, Sinistar. Today on.
Oops.
We're talking.
I hit the text button. I'm sorry.
Wow.
don't
This isn't an MP. You can't
Don't.
type on that.
don't press the wrong button over the intro.
I
Can't break
texted the
those
wrong
cups.
button. Well, it's almost a tech-free issue stream anyway.
Welcome
we
in,
did
everyone.
What
We
intro?
did
And
battle totally
What
fail.
intro?
And cut.
And cut. Well, it's a good episode. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a wrap, fellas.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we'll call it quits now.
No. So, welcome to another episode of Press B to Cancel, the first episode of 2024, which
Are we
means
acting
it's
like
your
that?
favorite podcast of 2024, at least until tomorrow. I'm joined by the full cast today. GP's back, baby.
Baby.
So in fact, GP, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I've got to take a little note here that we're acting like this is recorded in 2024. So thrilled to be here this first Friday of January 2024 in present time, the year of our Lord. Also, I want to say this. I went back and listened to the episode from the last one of the last year with me. I feel I talk way too much about myself, so I'm going to cut that back and not really focus on me so much. Love you guys.
Is that the resolution?
Fantastic. Chard, since you spoke up, how are you?
I'm good. New job's going great. I'm excited for this episode because I'm excited to announce the next set of stuff we're doing this year. So the out with the old, in with the new, right? This is going to be a great time.
That's right. That's right. And Wolf, how are you today?
I am fantastic. I got my new wall back here. I'm setting gamer goals. This is going to be a good episode. I'm ready for it.
It's going to be a good
Fantastic.
year. It's going to be a strong year.
That
It's been a
too.
great year.
And I'm worried about his microphone, but Jake, how are you today?
Yeah.
Don't make cracks
Piece
with
of
microphone. That's an inside joke. People won't get it.
Well,
very
then let's
much.
We'll
explain
explain
it.
We'll explain it.
All right.
No,
so look,
I'll just say it simply. Jake made the right decision and bought a Steam Deck.
yeah.
But
Instead
he
of
is
a-
not.
Instead of a microphone that costs as much as the Steam Deck.
Yes,
It's
he
a
bought
really
Steam
good
Deck, but
microphone.
he's not going to live down the fact that he chose. Either
It's-
way, he would have chose poorly by us. So we're going to rag him for either one.
It's
true.
also a really good handheld. So
It is.
A great.
Yeah, in fact, we
Yep.
only know it's a good handheld. It was potentially a good mic. We
Yeah,
don't
do
actually
you
well-
know
know that.
how much? Do you know how much Tetris you could play?
a
Oh,
lot of
geez.
Tetris.
And I want to
On the
point
go.
out, the Steam Deck has a microphone on it.
It
Ah,
does.
You know what? I'm going to
Yeah.
stream from the Steam Deck next
yeah,
week. That's
you know
that's
what?
a promise
Let's
to you
all
guys.
use our Steam Decks
Yeah.
next week to
I'm sure they
record
go
the
down
Oh
real
episode.
my
well.
God! Wouldn't that be a goddamn thing?
Disaster.
I'm in. I'm 100%
I need to
in.
get I need to get a Steam Deck. Stream Deck.
Yeah, you
Whatever
do.
you guys are talking about, I need it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so if you're new to the podcast, we're doing what's called our Sisyphean games. If you're not new to our podcast, you probably heard us. This is a yearly tradition. We started it 2 years ago. I did not finish mine 2 years ago. I think most of you did though.
I didn't. I
okay.
mean, okay. So mine was a technicality.
You did, but you lost on a
I
technicality.
did, but
yeah.
it was the PAL version, which
Right.
is substantially easier than the
The
North American
referees
version.
ruined your game.
So
Yeah, the
really
referee
quick
being
to-
my wife.
Really quick, I meant to explain. So we have what's called our Sisyphean game. A Sisyphean project or Sisyphean thing is something that you basically attempt a lot and never complete. It's pushing the rock up the hill. It's pushing the boulder up the hill. It's, Sisyphus, the whole mythology thing. So this is games that, for whatever reason, whether it was hard, whether it was something that we just bounced off of, whether it was something really popular that we think everybody should play, or everybody thinks everybody should play, but we haven't and we tried. Whatever the reason, it's a game that we have played, but we've never beaten. And this is our Sisyphean games. This is our 3rd year of doing it. I want to do a quick recap. So 2023, who wants to start?
Uh,
Nobody
about
speak
me.
up to
Let's
first.
start with some
what? You know
positive
what?
news.
I'll-
So one of you guys go.
I'll go first because
Yeah.
last year I failed on a technicality,
Yeah.
but this year I played Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo, and I'm pretty sure I did everything there was to do in it, aside from maybe like an hour of content. Like I did tons of stuff. I finally beat Kefka. This is the first time I ever beat Kefka. First time I saw the ending, saw everybody's last names, which is kind of half the big reward in beating that game.
What are you talking
You
about?
find out in
The
Final
game ends
Fantasy VI,
after Kefka wins and the world gets destroyed. There's nothing after that.
He
Right.
not only does he destroy the world, but he also destroys everybody's last names.
It's very
Yeah.
melancholic.
Actually,
But,
he just
yeah,
gives
that was-
everybody the same last name, Kafka.
There it is. Wow.
playing through Final Fantasy VI and finally finishing it. That, oh my gosh, I played through the game like 2 or 3 times before that and did not beat it for whatever reason. So I'm glad it's done. I think I had something like 63 hours on the clock at the end of it.
Wow.
Such a great
But
game.
That's a good one.
Such a wonderful game.
very
Jake,
happy
we
with
can't
how
hear
that
you.
went down.
Good job. Good job. That's a gem. There were two people that played 2 of my favorite hidden gems this year in Wolf's game and Sinistar's game. So
Battletoads?
not Battletoads.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody's ever
Mine-
played
Are we-
Battletoads.
No, I never played that. But no,
Good
I'm
question.
glad you guys got to enjoy it and finish them both through. I think we were on Sinistar's ass more than yours ass because you were actually completing it, not saying you're going to wait till 11:59.
I technically wasn't. I didn't pick it up until June, but it took me a few weeks to work through it, but I didn't pick it up until like June.
But
It
God,
was
such a
after
great game.
Tears of the Kingdom was done. So maybe July. So I dragged ass on getting started on it because of Tears of the Kingdom. But once I got started on it, that's all I played. And that's I've mentioned this before. I have an issue with finishing games. So that's how I have to play games now is I play one and work through it until it's done.
Right.
Werewolf, the edging champion at video games. Well done.
Yeah.
So, Werewolf, you were going to ask a question. What was the question you were going to ask?
I was actually going to ask, do we want to run through all the recaps before we reveal our games for the year?
That
or
was
should I go ahead and reveal my game?
That was going to be my plan, but I mean,
Okay, let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
No, I think
okay.
that's a great idea.
cycle
I
through.
think it's a great idea.
Okay,
That
so
was the only way to do.
how would you rate 6 now that you've completed it?
I still like 4 better.
Wow. Wow.
My man.
Wow. No,
But
that's that's
6
fine.
is yes, I still like 4 better, but 6 is great. If I had to rate 6 on a scale, I'd probably give it, if we're talking the Super Nintendo version with the little bit of jank that it has and everything, given the era, probably an 85 out of 100.
Okay,
Damn. All right.
that's
all right.
a strong that's a
That's a strong
solid
entry. No,
B.
that's a strong
That's a
entry.
solid
Yeah,
B.
like
Yeah.
You know-
it's got some stuff that I damn near teared up playing it. So
I was really hoping if you were like, if I were to rate a game on a scale, I would have given it 5 chalupas, like just some random number of things and be like, what scale are we rating it on? I'd give it about 7 out of 8 toes.
I'd give it
85 shiny things out of 100.
I'd give it 7 burning tires.
Yeah,
I'm real
right.
glad
you
That's
guys
our,
aren't-
our scale will now be anything random that's stuff.
I'm glad you guys aren't in charge of like the earthquake alert center and you're just ranking earthquakes by chalupas for some reason. This is 7
we
out of
will
8
not
tacos
use
on
those
the
as
Richter
a
scale.
Cause this level
That
of
was a-
earthquake.
That was a 65.2 chalupa earthquake for sure.
Yeah. I okay. I want to go back real quick because it sounds like Wolf and I are the only two on the dais that understand how great 4 is, even compared against 6. But one thing I've
Oh.
always wanted to say about 6 is the emotionality of the ending. There are few games that consistently get me to that kind of like emotional, choked up level as Final Fantasy 6 does. And so even though I still love 4 more, I think 6 of all the Final Fantasies that I've beaten is probably my favorite of the endings, vis-a-vis emotionality at the end. And with that regard, I would give the game a complete like 8 out of 9 unpurchased microphones.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But
It's
in a
at
Steam Deck rating system.
I was going to say it's like a 9.9 out of 10 Steam Decks.
Yeah,
Definitely.
what's the exchange rate there of Steam Decks to unpurchased
I
microphones?
swear to God,
Well,
next week I'm gonna be
this-
I'm doing this podcast on my Steam Deck. I'm telling you right now, I will fucking do it.
I was going to say,
sorry,
is
YouTube.
the Canadian scale different from the American scale, though?
Yes, it's in metric chalupas. Okay,
Metric.
ground beef is
Okay.
weighted in grams. It makes a
We
difference.
changed the name
6
of
out
the
of
podcast.
4 poutines.
Can we retire Press Me to
Right.
Cancel and just be what metric chalupas?
Metric chalupas.
chalupas.
Yeah.
That's my new band name.
Yeah.
The Metric
There you go.
Chalupa.
Okay.
Okay.
Press B
Must be
stays.
ska
All
band,
right.
yeah.
Metric chalupas.
So I know when we get together, it's just inside joke after inside
Chaos.
joke. So
Absolute
I'm
chaos.
gonna drive us forward a little bit.
Good.
Now that we've had a positive, Jake, you're up next.
I've been dreading this week. I've been dreading this episode.
It's not like you forgot your homework, man. It's all good. It's not an easy
No,
game.
no. And
Speak
so
up,
here's the
though.
thing. So my game was Battletoads, and I've talked about it before during a check-in. I did not beat it. The farthest I got in Battletoads, and I want to say I did not wait to the end of the year to play Battletoads. I play Battletoads every single week, almost religiously. Probably more than religious because I'd never go to church, but I definitely went to the church of Battletoads. I played it at least 3 hours a week, every single week last year. The farthest I got was Inferno, which is as far as I've ever gotten in the past as a kid too. And that was kind of disappointing to me.
Respect,
It took
though.
me a year to get back to where I was as a kid playing this freaking game. Battletoads is an incredibly difficult game. It's not bad. I'm the first to tell you. I think Battletoads is one of the best games on the NES. I just wish it had infinite continues, and I wish it wasn't so bullshit hard in certain parts. But it's definitely a fantastic game. But yeah, I did not beat it. Unfortunately, there's just not much else to say. It. I gave it my all. I definitely wanted to beat it. I probably could if I really wanted to sit down and memorize every freaking stage, because that's my problem, right? I got stuck on snakes for about a month or so until I actually sat down, looked at maps, and memorized the routes of the snakes. And that's what every
Yep.
stage is memorization. And that part it felt like work to me, and that's why I didn't quite do it.
It's definitely Rare should definitely give people a salary who are trying to finish Battletoads, because it is a fucking job.
Yeah. Like every stage is a new experience. Like every stage feels different, right? Like every time I got to a new stage, I felt accomplished. Beating Turbo Tunnel, I could do that with one hand at this point now. It's a joke. But it was such an accomplishment when I first did it. Only to get, to the ice level. That was a major FU every single step of the way, with the random snowballs that plunk you in your ass fuck every ice level ever. Sister's absolutely right. Every
Well, I was
every
getting my
step of that
bingo
stage
card
was
out.
a chore. But once I beat it, I'm like, it was accomplished. It was great. It was fantastic. And then the next stage is just as bad, right? Every stage was such a learning experience, and it became a bit much. And when I got to Inferno, I got to Inferno in like November, at beginning of November, and that stage sucks. Like the opening sequence, just the enemies that can one shot you, the log jumping, which is it's not difficult on its own, but the last half of that stage is the riding of the rocket. But before you get there, you have to jump across logs and take down a bunch of enemies, and those cost you lives. And when you have no lives, you're screwed in the last half. And that's what was happening
Yeah,
every
roll on
single
that
time.
cinnamon stick. The thing
Yeah.
looks like a
So
cinnamon
bad.
stick. It doesn't look like a log. It looks
Well.
like somebody has an allergy in that goddamn place.
In Canada, we call them logs. I don't know what they call them down there, but
In
Turds.
Canada,
Turds.
in Washington we call them cinnamon sticks. But
I don't.
Inferno
I,
is a tough fucking
Yeah.
road to hoe, and there's a spot at the very end where you have to have fucking pinpoint accuracy getting through the
Yeah.
last like speed of the gates, and it's always the second to last one. If you clip it, you're fucked. So like
Yeah.
you really do, like Inferno is one of those levels that you have to memorize, and it sucks. Like everything, I mean, the whole game is basically one big memorization game until you get to Revolution, Prince and the Revolution. But it's like it sucks because it's literally, it took me 17 days. I don't know how long. A GP probably did it in 6 because he's amazing at everything he plays.
No.
But it takes a
6.5.
good chunk just to memorize it. And I played that game day after day after day for at least 6 to 8 hours on stream.
Yeah.
The fact
Yeah.
that you got to Inferno is still mad respect, man. That is a tough fucking game. It really is.
And that's what I'd have to do. I'd have to play it in like 6 to 7, 8 chunks to actually get through it. There's other stuff I want to play, especially in 2023 with Baldur's
Right,
Gate
yeah.
and Zelda and everything
Fucking
out.
yeah,
I mean,
right.
I just didn't have the time.
So what you're saying is Inferno is your 8-2.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, except I can beat 8-2. I can do 8-2 no problem.
Damn!
listen.
Inferno is a whole other problem.
Damn!
Everybody can. We just gotta go with it.
Hey, listen, fuck you.
Burn.
Fuck you.
Your mic sounds like shit. Said
Yeah,
I know.
124.
I'm gonna go get my Steam Deck. Like, you know what? It wouldn't take me 9 months, 10 months to get to 8-2 is my thing, right? It took me 10 months to get to fucking Inferno. So anyway, I'm sorry, Sinister. I know 8-2 is hard for you. I get it.
Sure, that sure is a nice looking microphone you got there.
Hello? Yeah, isn't it great? It's clear as hell too. It's got RGB too.
Clear as hell.
He gets great service on that thing.
It's
All right,
great.
well-
I got 6 cheese.
You have a penance for not completing your game. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do that after our recap?
No, you explain what the penance is, and then we'll do that.
All right. So we actually started this at the end of our first year. We're like, we
I
should
was
have
gonna
a
say,
penance.
yeah. I feel like maybe all the
We-
positive people should go first, and then we penance
Well,
it.
let's wait until everybody gets through their
Yeah.
game of the year so we can roll
All right.
everybody's wheel at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Wait.
All right. So
This is what you get for not
So-
turning in your homework.
GP, what did you play
I'll
this
get my
year?
Battletoads.
All right. So I started the episode by saying that I didn't want to talk too much about myself. So you guys go on.
Wow.
Nope.
GP, just
Well,
your
Nope.
word.
Okay,
What'd you
well,
do?
then let me jump in here. Let's preface this. Like some of you may remember that last year there's a weird circumstance that GP put himself in here. Last
Which
year
I
he
had.
picked his game
Yeah.
before we recorded the episode, and then he changed it for the episode.
Right.
But he's had a very busy year, and so
Yes.
one of those he completed, and the other he would just did not have time to.
He
So
wouldn't have had time.
we're
I
letting
give him the
GP
out
go with his
personally.
first
Yeah.
choice
Yeah.
anyway.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's kind of
So-
you guys. Well, then
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll roll over the uncompleted game, which. Oh, okay. Let's do the whole thing here.
We'll get there. We'll
We're just
get there.
no. We're
Yeah.
gonna clean slate it. Don't worry about it. We're wiping
Yeah.
that one
So-
clean. You
Okay.
had a very
Sonic
busy year,
2.
dude.
All right. So that said, based on the change that Werewolf just talked about,
Yeah.
GP, what did you play?
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Nintendo Entertainment or this Sega.
That took you what, 9-10
So
months?
that's how you
to
know
beat?
I beat it because I
The
know
Sega
what system it's
Genesis?
on.
I think you just beat it so soon you've forgotten about it.
No, so okay, I was taking some college courses during the first half of the year, and so I would listen to lectures while playing Sonic 2 to kind of get through that and keep one portion of my. This is one thing that I do is I always try to find a task that's repetitive so that I can focus on the thing that I'm learning and that helps engage my brain. That's just how I'm wired. So while I'm listening to these lectures, I'm playing through Sonic 2, and I realize at some point I juxtapose the two things, and now I'm aware that I'm listening to a lecture, but I'm focusing on Sonic 2.
Oh no.
And long story short, I got through the semester, but I also, yes, did get through Sonic 2. I think it was, when did we do that? Probably late March, early April by the time I got done with it. And that's no, codes or cheats or skips or anything like that. Just
Right.
100% of that. Did the Chaos Gems, got Supersonic, which is so fucking cool. And
Yes.
got it done somewhat early. And then was fully aware that I only had 8 months to do the second game, which I know you guys said you're giving me the clean slate, but I will say this: it would the other game, the alternate, was Final Fantasy X, but it was like the penance run, right?
Right.
Which is insane.
Yes.
And
Which
to
is
be
apparently
honest with
insane.
you, that whole thing was a joke. I had never intended to make you do any of that shit.
Which is exactly why I wanted to do it. But I'll say this: it was late September, early October. We had just moved from our old place to the place we're in now, and I sat down and I thought, I'm not doing schoolwork right now. I've got some time, so I fired up the PS5 because I own the discs for PS for Final Fantasy X, but that's not the penance run. That's apparently the remaster. And so
Yeah.
anyway, I get on to my PlayStation 5 and I fire this thing up. I'm like, I'm fucking jazzed for this. I got 2 whole months, and my subscription had lapsed, and I will just say I didn't renew it. So not that probably would have been enough time to get through that 2 months. I think I was being a bit overzealous,
Probably not.
but I appreciate you guys understanding. Sonic 2 was a blast. I see why everybody loves it. I had tried to casually play it before, but never really got into it. I liked listening to the soundtrack more than I ever cared playing the games.
Oh man,
And I tell you though, Sonic 2,
so good.
yeah, brings the goods.
It's
It was
legit,
really
yeah.
good. It was a fun
Sonic 2
experience.
soundtrack is a banger. That was we were talking
Yeah.
about it jokingly about
Party
recording
based.
stuff on tape, like at the beginning of this podcast. My friend and I, growing up, we would record all the levels that we liked soundtrack onto tape
Mm.
when we were playing it, and we'd hold the stereo up to the speaker of our CRT and we'd record the songs. That's how much we
That said,
fucking loved it. It was so
Chemical
I
trash.
have
Plant,
very-
Mystic Cave.
I have
Yeah.
very few notes about the game, except for the worst part of that whole game is right after you beat the casino stage, because that's so fucking fun. And then you realize,
yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah, then you realize
Well,
you still got a whole bunch of game
I-
left to play.
Mm.
I have an alternate take on that. The worst part of that game is when you're the first time you get Supersonic, and you're in Mystic Cave
Yeah,
because you cannot
So-
Supersonic through Mystic
No.
Cave Zone. You'll
So
just get
easy to
stuck
die.
in
Oh,
pits.
and
Get pinched. Yeah.
the oil stage. There's so many ways to
Oh,
die.
oil field zone is sick.
As
Yeah.
That's one
as
of my
Yeah.
favorite.
Sonic.
That's one of my favorite tunes.
Yeah, it's a great game. Like I said, not really a lot of notes on that one, but yeah, glad we got that one done, and in pretty quick measure, I would say 3 months in. So
I will say it's impressive. You also got all the emeralds and you beat the game fully. Like you basically 100%ed it, which is good. I've never gotten all the emeralds in Sonic 2. I find that bonus stage a real pain in the butt. I think the hardest part for me in that game is the end or just before the end. Robotnik's okay, but you have to fight Metal Sonic just before, and you
Metal
get no
Sonic.
rings.
Oof.
No, you don't get no
Yeah.
rings. They give you nothing,
He's a bitch.
and that took me a while to figure out when I was younger.
you've got to, and this would help you with
Yeah,
with
but
Battletoads, but when you frame it mentally, like there's a reason they're not giving you rings for this fight, so there's got to be some sort of gimmick, or there's got to be something that's gonna make the frames like line up and make sense. So I'll say it that way. Whenever you're at a hard part in a game, just understand there's a reason they designed it this way, and you just got to find what it is, and it lines up everything, all the tumblers, and the game becomes much easier that way. But
He
yeah,
just
I'm
did a
pretty
warpless.
sure Metal Sonic or Robo Sonic or whatever they called him in that one, because it was not Mega Sonic. He's got a pretty easy pattern. So, the trick is just not getting hit, which, it
Isn't
sounds hard
that
the first few times you try it, but once you recognize the pattern, that's the easiest boss in the game.
Werewolf,
No.
he's saying get good.
Yeah,
Let-
that's. I was
Yeah,
just gonna
he
say the
bas-
two of you tell
he
me this in
basically
different ways
just
to
Dark
get good.
Souled you. Get
Yeah.
good.
No, like
Yeah.
Do it.
seriously, it's an easy fight. Do you know how many times I would like put in the code and go to the last stage and just do that and then
Yeah.
try to fight Robotnik afterward? Like that's an
Wow.
easy fight. It really is.
It's not an easy fight. Oh my,
So-
oh my
It's an
god.
easy fight.
So suck it, anybody that thinks it's hard.
Wow. Yeah. No shit.
Wow.
Press B to
Okay.
elitist.
Yeah.
Still doesn't have
seriously.
very good. The lore is still not as good as in Elden Ring. Just stuff.
It's
No,
better.
A few
No,
games
but
have better
I
lore.
will say that Sonic 2 is probably the one Sonic game that I would say I mastered as a kid. Because that one I was actually able to get all the emeralds before you even get to the first boss. And those I will say
That's-
those bonus stages are a pain in the ass. So
Is
that's
that
a
the
hell
half
of a
pipe one, right?
yeah.
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 It's
I
that
That's the
love
one
it,
I
though.
did. When me and Sick Jake did the game show a couple months ago.
Oh, arcade pit. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that half pipe thing, and I kicked its ass. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you did it.
Like,
And not
but
me,
yeah,
'cause I'm terrible at it.
I was able to consistently, every time I would fire that up, have all the emeralds before the end of the first zone. So that way for the boss, I was already supersonic. You're supersonic through most of the game. And then, you hit a couple of choke points with like Mystic Cave. And I don't think you could do too much supersonic on Air Fortress either, or Wing Fortress or whatever they call it. But aside from that, like it makes the game super easy. That's probably my favorite Sonic game. I will say Sonic 3 has the slightly better soundtrack, but Sonic 2 is a better playthrough.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
So what did you rate Sonic 2?
I gave it 2 out of 2 Sonics.
okay, that's
Good
fair.
choice. Yeah. Good choice.
good
How
number.
is
It's a strong number.
how is that in metric though?
You're asking about the Tails scale? That was a 3.6 out of 4.
No, we don't have tails in Canada. We have far superior
Miles
mascots.
per hour.
Oh my god.
What's the beaver's name? There's a beaver in Sonic Mania. What's
No,
his name again?
it's a weasel. His name is Knack.
Oh, of course
No,
it
there's
is.
a beaver now. There's a beaver in Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania got a
They-
DLC. They added like 5
Oh,
new
did it?
Ported it to Canada
detail
with a beaver.
characters. Maybe it was a Canadian only
I'm
release.
not up
or
on the
maybe it's in
fresh one.
French. I don't know. I'll have to
Name
look.
is Sorry.
Yeah. Who's
Sorry.
the guy with all the maple syrup?
Sorry, the beaver.
That's gonna bug me now. I have to look that. I'm gonna check my mind
Alright.
files on that one.
Well,
Hold on.
while you're
Check your
looking that
mind
up, to move us along, Chard, talk about
Yes.
your Sisyphean game.
Oh, Jesus
Of
God.
2023.
Okay, so I almost didn't finish mine. I almost said, "Give me the wheel of pain," because I fired up Doom 3, first person First person shooter. I played the original setup, and I think my biggest issue, and I guess it's a technicality, but the BFG actually has full screen, while the original does not, and it
Correct.
looks like shit. It's not even like the flashlight thing was bullshit. All that was bullshit. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna throw this to the wayside. And everybody's like, just do the fucking BFG, just do the BFG. So I said, fine, and I did it, and I beat it. I finished it up in there. But one of my biggest issues was that I couldn't get it on my goddamn monitor to fit. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
see it. So it was like impossible to do literally anything in it. And I was so irritated with the way it looked and how it played that I wanted nothing to do with it. So I shelved it, but the rest of the team came at me and was like, just play the BFG. So I did. And we finished it up, and I beat the giant skeleton rocket launcher boss at the very end. I fucking give that game, on my rating scale, I'd give it 3 out of 6 spin of stars. I was not. It's all right.
DJ Spin of
Yeah,
Stars.
DJ Spin a Star. Yeah,
Okay,
I give
yeah.
it 3 out of 6 DJ Spin a Stars. It's
Hmm.
it's all right. I'm glad I beat it finally, and it's cool. But my life is no different than had I never played it before. So it's not like Sinistar or Werewolf, where
Well,
they're
wait,
like,
wait.
this might have changed my life a little bit. This didn't. Do
Wait a
anything.
minute. I heard that playing Doom 3 helped you get your house. I heard that.
I did get my house while we were playing Doom 3. So that all happened at the same time. Yeah, my wife called me when the realtor said we bought the house while I was playing Doom 3 on stream. So that was fun. That was definitely, there was a good things happened last year while I was playing it, but not while I was playing it, good things were not happening. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like shit around the world that I could have experienced was great going on, but during the game, not so much. Not so much. It's an all right game. It's okay.
The
But I'm
number
glad I
of
finished it.
conversations that Chard and I had at 3 a.m. where I had to find a way via Marco Polo to comfort him and embrace him with my words because
Yeah.
I could not physically be there. I think as our relationship goes, Chard, that we really experienced that more intimate next level that we were
Yeah.
trying to get to, thanks to Doom
I
3. So
I would if I had to thank Doom 3 for anything, it is the bonding experience I had specifically with GP. That is true.
well,
So
and
I
the
can
swingless
thank
cruise.
I can
There's
thank
that.
Doom for that.
So,
There was
yeah.
that. There was
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
But where that couldn't get us, Doom 3 definitely did. So
Yeah.
So
A bridge too far.
aside from the verbal cuddling that happened, I know that you moved on from that game originally because it terrified you. Now,
Yeah.
in a 2023 world,
Yeah.
post
So
Visage, post
yeah.
Madison, post,
Yeah. No,
Dead
the
Space.
fear
Malone.
factor, there was some good moments, but when you play Devour in VR, there's not much in life that could scare you at this point. Or doing Visage for a special somebody's birthday for the second time, it just didn't have the scare factor. And back then it did, because the graphics were better then. In 2003, that was amazing. They looked fantastic. Now everybody looked like deadpan Dwayne Johnsons, and I was just kind of tired of looking at everybody's like deadpan faces. I just wanted to get through it to get it done, so I didn't have to spin the wheel. So Doom 3 is a good game. Wouldn't totally recommend it. If you do play it, I would absolutely advise playing the BFG version. And don't try and be a commando and play the first version, because like they didn't think about anything, or the technology wasn't there. I don't know. Like
The
Sinistar
duct
always
tape
says,
flashlight technology
duct
was not
tapes
available back then.
didn't
yeah.
exist in space on
Carmack
Mars.
didn't
Well,
know. Yeah.
they lost that technology. They had to find it. Archaeologists dug it up back on Earth at some point after Doom 3.
after the War of the Magi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Magi.
Magi. The Magus.
We'll get to that in just a moment.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't have any like revelations or any epiphanies playing it like I did with Battletoads or any of the games that I, busted my ass to get through. It's a good game. I'm glad it's done, but I'm more excited for what I'm going to do this year than I definitely was last year. So that's all I have to say.
I do want to thank Doom 3 for existing so that we ended up getting the Doom movie, which don't think I'm saying the Doom movie's good. It's
No,
good.
it's
I
enjoyable.
like the
It's
Doom
good from a
movie. I like
standpoint
Carl
of
Urban.
I love Carl Urban, but that movie, the best thing about it is laughing at the first person mode
That's the best
in the
part.
movie.
Is the first
Yeah.
person.
Oh, I
mode.
know. But I'm not like, this is not high quality movie by any
No.
sense of the
It's not going to win
Oh
any
no, no, no.
awards, but
It's
it's definitely entertaining.
I make this specification every time I tell people I love Howard the Duck the movie. It's not a good movie. It's an enjoyable movie.
Right.
And there's
Yeah,
a
it's entertaining.
massive separation between what qualifies as one or the other.
Right. It's like watching Street Fighter the movie, the movie.
Still haven't done
and
Not the
realizing
anime.
that they were on so much coke when they were making that movie.
Wouldn't you be?
Coke and
yeah.
chemo.
Yeah. But realizing that, like, if you play it as a parody, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
that.
So
Guys, so many things I have quite. Okay, I want to say this. Ralph Julia, who played M. Bison, well, everybody's coked out of their minds. He's like, I'm going to do this in an attempt to get an Oscar because he's too good.
It's
He's
two
too good.
movies. It's two
Yeah.
movies. It's Raul Julia just epically rocking that
putting
movie.
on a fucking show. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the
Masterclass.
highest quality caliber
leather
that you
costume.
can, and then everyone else.
Yeah.
For everyone else,
they-
it was just a Tuesday.
And then you're right. Yeah. Nice. Nicely done. They got the
All
guy
right.
the guy that was the American guy was the guy from Belgium.
Right.
How fucking random is that?
Yeah,
Jesus.
had the American flag tattoo. Yeah.
But he loves waffles.
Okay. All right. Well, to finish us off on our Sisypheans for 2023, we did an
Finish me off.
episode on mine, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you want to follow up on what I give this 7 Courics out of 6. Chrono Trigger.
Katie Couric?
You pick.
Katie Courics.
You pick.
Tim and Katie.
It's and in metric, it's 12 Oprahs out of 10.
Oh, we don't
So-
have her up here.
Not
we
yet.
outlawed bees. We don't have that up. She's not up here.
No, I played Chrono Trigger. I know everybody's like, you never played Chrono Trigger. I bounced off of that fucking fair at the beginning so many times. I pulled it up just to do a quick recap. 29 hours and change. And
good.
and it was an epic game.
Yeah.
As I said in the other episode, I'm hard pressed to decide if Earthbound or Chrono Trigger is the better Super Nintendo RPG.
Oh,
That's-
actually, I
that's
know
been
the
my
answer
take.
to that one.
Yeah, Chrono.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
Final Fantasy VI.
It's Chrono Trigger.
Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger.
Let me go ahead and put your mind to rest there, buddy.
I don't
We
know,
did a whole
man.
episode on this, didn't we? Talk about the best RPGs, and I don't even think Earthbound was even
Also-
in their top 10.
I'm sorry. I have to mention
I
this.
wasn't there for that one. I couldn't have been.
Sinistar, I don't know if anybody else is noticing this, but because he's a social drinker, Sinistar is apparently just going to town on a mug full of NyQuil. Look at the color of that cup.
He's not feeling real good.
It's
This is
it's
what's
co-
getting him
it's,
through the show.
That looks
It's
like Dayquil.
it's coffee, my friend. It's coffee.
Yeah, cough.
Sure.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee. Dayquil.
It's cough quill.
It's
That
cleaning the
nighttime
sinuses out.
sniffling, sneezing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Exactly. No, if
Yeah.
you wanna get my full take on Chrono Trigger, we did an entire episode. Fantastic game. Glad I played it. It changed my life. I am now more
Like Doom
successful
3?
in everything. I'm now more successful in everything I do.
Yeah.
And you healed all those people, if I remember correctly, right? So
Leprosy
some
is
juice power.
done. Leprosy is
Yeah.
finished. I have fixed leprosy. I have fixed
The-
leprosy. Uh-huh.
I have
Truly life
fixed
changing.
it like
Yes.
it's a fucking transmission. Don't worry, guys. I fixed leprosy. It's cool.
Well, a couple wrenches and some and a a welder and chrono trigger, and you're done.
Jeez. Look, I don't know what the stats are on leprosy at the moment, but we are pissing off some people. So we just say,
Sorry,
you're out there
YouTube.
currently with leprosy. I apologize.
Yes, for sure.
It's okay. If they're watching, they fell off like at least 10 minutes.
Wow.
You know what? This has been
Ba-da-cha.
this has been a great episode.
Well, guys, we lost the NyQuil sponsorship.
We've earned the
Well.
name today. That's what I was gonna say.
Jake,
This has
I
been
love
If
a
you do have
great
leprosy, I'm
God.
sorry, but I'm assuming you have a sense of humor because why? I mean, what else you got?
I mean, what else
Well,
are you gonna
you
follow?
don't want to
into?
laugh too hard if you have lip. Yeah.
Wow,
So
we're in trouble.
Literally,
We're gonna get
literally
grounded.
laugh your ass off.
oh, yeah.
Anyways,
Okay,
moving on.
Moving on. How about that wheel
Now-
of pain?
Now, no,
Yeah,
hold
let's
on,
bring
hold
the
on.
Wheel
I
of
do
Pain
want to
up.
mention that because we did that Chrono Trigger episode, I have been playing through Chrono Trigger again.
It's great.
I started
I'm
in
about-
too.
I'm about 11 hours into it right now. I've been enjoying the crap out of it. I would give it 7 robos out of Rick Astley.
Yep. Never you give that up. It's great.
But what about metric? I only live in metric.
Wow. We use freedom units here.
No, up here we measure in Michael Bublé's. So how many Bublé's out of 10 would
23
you give it?
chivalrous
Well,
frogs.
So,
Sev-
in
17
metric, it's probably 19 frogs out of
Celine Dion.
oh my gosh, the
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
Point
We
of fact,
McKenzie
apologize
they
to
don't,
brothers?
Brian Adams on numerous occasions.
they don't say like 7 out of 10 up in the Great White North. They say 7 on 10.
Mm,
So we're already
Ah.
getting the whole metric conversion.
No, you got it wrong.
Right.
We measure things in time up here. So it's not
In
scores
time?
time.
Parsecs?
Yes,
Parsecs.
time. So it's I give Chrono, I don't know, 20 hours out of 30. It's fantastic game.
Sinistar says he only took 29 hours on that game, but I'm pretty sure there's some 65 million year gap in there somewhere.
There might be. 65,000 millennia or something.
Time machines really help assist with how long it actually took.
All right. So Wheel of Pain. How many of us are spinning? Raise your hand.
Fuck you. I guess just me. It's fine. That's okay. Do you want to explain why we're doing the Wheel of Pain?
Okay.
We had,
Yeah,
to,
so
Jake-
we had to build the
it's because-
suspense and not
so-
let people know.
I was gonna
So
say because
toward-
Jake has a shitty mic.
So toward the end of our first year, it's funny. We came up with this like whole Sisyphean concept, and then toward the end, we're like, well, some of us aren't completing our games, so what do? So we came up with this concept of Wheel of Pain, where we pick really bad video games,
Sure.
notably bad video games, and we have to either record and put them up or stream 2 hours of us playing said games. And I think I started this. Or Wolf, did you beat me to it? I may have done mine right after the episode,
Yeah,
like
you
a
did
day
yours
or
first
two.
and started. You had to
Yeah,
play
I
Dragon's
think-
Lair,
Yeah.
right?
Dragon's Lair
Yeah, you-
NES.
Yes, you did it before I did mine.
Okay. So I had to do 2 hours of Dragon's Lair NES. And boy, that's a gem.
Yeah, it certainly is. Maybe not so hidden.
Yeah. And then I think, Wolf, you were the only other one that did the Wheel of Pain that year, right?
I believe so. I got stuck with Bubsy 3D, which
Yes.
I went
classic
into
game.
thinking, oh, this is gonna be an easy ride. I had
Wait,
this game
no,
back in the day.
Wait.
I see what you did, Jake.
Absolutely not.
If
What?
one
No.
of these,
You know
what the hell is this?
Yeah. So wait. So I had to think about this because Jake not only is the only one who did not finish his game, but he's the one who designs the Wheel of
He
Pain.
stacked
And
the
I
wheel.
thought Jake wouldn't do that.
What
He
do you
totally
mean?
would pick legit
These are
games.
all
What do I
hard,
mean?
challenging games.
Okay.
Have you beaten
color
Balloon Fight?
a dinosaur?
You know what?
Get out of here.
You know what?
Who
I'm
here has
throwing-
beaten Balloon Fight? Raise your hand.
You know what?
Raise your hand.
I'm throwing this out here. If this is the wheel that Jake spins, it is a 10-hour stream.
Yeah,
10
if you
hours.
do
That's the real
Circus
Wheel of Pain
Charlie,
right there.
it's literally 24 hours.
So for those who are listening to the episode, I lowered a challenging, difficult Wheel of Pain with Warframe, Marble Snaps, Color a Dinosaur. You know, all the difficult games of the last
Circus
30 years.
Charlie.
As soon as I saw Circus Charlie, I knew something was afoot.
Hey, you don't like
Something
my
was up.
wheel? That's fine. I'll take my wheel away.
Your
That's
wheel
not a
is
problem.
horseshit.
That's
Get
fine,
that thing
no
out of
problem.
there. There's
Give
too
me a
many
second.
feathers on your wheel, BT Dubs.
All right,
Get
give
that
us
outta
the
here.
real
Get
wheel.
outta here.
Give
Let's
us
see if
the
it
real
breaks.
wheel.
Oops, it might have broke.
This is
Did you
Don't
break
bring
it
it back.
with your fake
It might
wheel?
have. Oh, there it is.
It's the same fucking wheel.
No, it's
Oh, there
back.
it
It's
goes.
back. It's fixed. It's fixed.
Ah,
I
okay.
was gonna say that.
All
Does
right.
it look like there it is. Okay.
So for those listening to the audio
That's a
episode,
really
the
good
real
scroll.
Wheel of Pain.
Oh,
you.
I've
you
added
got
a couple
werewolf
new
on there.
games. I did not rig it.
Alright.
I'll let the record show. I added what I added. I added
There's a-
Batman Revenge of the Joker for the N64, which
Super
is,
Mario
So fucking
Special for the PC-88. Get fucked,
there's
nerd.
Dude,
some
I
games
want you
on
guys
this
to play
list I
that.
wouldn't wish on my worst enemies.
yeah. I had a Fight Club because I know we talked about that in the past, and that's a game too. So there's some bad games on this list. I was
You don't
I
know
was
where I've
hoping
been,
more
Lou.
people would spin it.
Yeah. Okay. Spin that wheel.
All right, spin the wheel. Please not Superman.
come on,
64, for
Superman
fuck's sake.
64.
No,
Suck a
fuck
butt.
you.
Let's go. You only got to play 2 hours. It's not like you got to beat it.
Buck Bumble. Okay, Buck Bumble for the
Buck
N64.
It's got to kill it.
That's a
I
bad
don't
game.
even know what that game looks like.
You know the theme song though, because it's got a banging theme song. But that's all that's good
I
about that
don't
game.
know
is
that
the
I
theme.
do. I don't think I've ever seen Buck Bumble in action. I think I've only seen the box art.
Okay, load up YouTube Buck Bumble's theme song. Do it right now, and I want you to listen to it. Because I'm not going to do it because I'll break the stream. But for those who are listening, go listen
That's
to Buck
fine.
Bumble's theme. It's fantastic.
So we
It's a
barely,
really
we'll
we
fun
wait.
barely
theme
got
song.
through the Wheel of
We'll-
Pain. We'll
we'll
wait.
wait.
We'll wait.
This, you know, they can listen to this at any point in their lives.
Oh, Wheel of Jank. I think I broke
Wheel
it.
of Jank.
This is-
Buck Bumble.
how did this not make a Dance Mix USA album?
Right? It's so good.
It's
Because
about on
it's-
that par, yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
it's a
from a
great
game
theme
called
song.
Buck Bumble.
Yeah, the game itself though is hot trash. The controls awful. Like we did an N64 episode not too long ago, and I played through. I tried to play through it, and I couldn't get past the first area. So this will be fun. So I will stream or record 2 hours of me trying to get through the first level of Buck Bumble. That will be a fun time for everybody, I'm sure. Not for me though, but
Awesome.
that's okay. So hopefully
Well-
next year there's some more people spinning the wheel, and it's not just me.
Well,
No, because I'm probably going to finish mine because I really like the game I picked.
yeah.
Sorry.
How about we go in reverse order? I just realized that's going to make me first for announcements, but are you guys good with reverse order? For
I mean, we're all
Sure.
playing the same game, so what
we
difference?
are,
does it
we
make?
are. So I'll go ahead and just announce what we're all playing.
Right.
Okay, so for 2024, I am going to pick a game. I've actually already been playing it. I have 22 and a half hours this last week already in said game. And I'm going to give myself a stretch goal. Now, the stretch goal is not for a Wheel of Pain or anything. It's for my own personal, benefit. What I'm going to be playing is I'm going to be playing Witcher 3. And when I say I'm going to complete it, go ahead.
I don't know why you're giving yourself a stretch goal when the game is literally going to take you all year to complete.
No.
It's a
I'll tell
long
you. I'll
game.
tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm going to do the stretch goal. So my actual goal, my 2024 goal is completing the main story, completing Blood and Wine, completing Heart of Stone. So the three. I'm not going to 100%, but I have been playing a lot of side quests. And one of the greatest things about Witcher 3 is those side quests are not just stupid go collect Murloc eyes because some idiot needs Murloc eyes. Yeah, thank you.
I don't know
Looking
who
at you,
made that
Final
noise.
Fantasy. Looking at you, Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. But
I guess I'm too good at that.
You are. But every side quest so far has had, even if it's a simple story, it's a compelling story in the
Right.
side quests. And so my goal is complete the three, the main story, the 2 expansions, but play a whole bunch of the side quests, a whole bunch of the bounties, etc., etc. And then my stretch goal is a little bit, because one of the things I've realized is I get really hung up on open world games. I don't complete open world games. And so my stretch goal is to pick one or two other open world games, say Cyberpunk, say Assassin's
Fantasy
Creed
2?
something or other, say no. Say,
A little less
etc.,
open world.
and maybe see if I can get myself over my hitch on open world games. So that's really my stretch goal. That's why I want to do more than just Witcher 3.
That's impressive, because there is a lot of oversaturation in Witcher 3 that if you come out of Witcher 3 thinking, yeah, I want to play Cyberpunk or something else that's open world to that effect, that'd be an impressive leap, because that is a lot to take in throughout the game.
Honestly, Phantom Pain will be like, it'll feel like a vacation after Witcher 3. How short Phantom Pain is compared to Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is easily 100 hours to beat all three, but it's
Also,
fantastic journey the entire way through, though. Yeah.
in America, we call it Phantom Liberty, not Phantom Pain. That
Oh.
would be a Metal Gear Solid
Look,
game.
I'm still
but
hung
that's
up on the
fine.
wheel of pain you guys made me spin. So this is your
Phantom
fault.
What's
Pain,
funny is I
Phantom
legitimately
Limbs.
thought he was talking about Phantom Pain, because that's an open
Yeah.
world game too.
Yeah.
I mean, go right into it. That Metal Gear 5, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what other open world games I'm going to pick
Grand Theft
after
Auto.
Witcher 3.
Horizon.
But Horizon is on the list. Dad of War is on the list.
Wow.
Spider-Man.
Wow.
I don't have
I would-
Spider-Man.
Great.
I don't have
I would
Spider-Man.
I would argue that God of War is not necessarily what I would classify as open world. It has aspects of it, but it's
Yeah, but it's still
more linear
story
than
driven. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
Well, either way, I'm gonna, as I said, I have a number of the Assassin's Creed games that I enjoyed playing a bunch of, and then just I fall off on open world games. And what I need to do is just realize that, when I'm starting to get, feeling like falling off, go back and work on the main quest. That's my real problem.
Yeah.
Is I
right.
spin off into side
Yeah.
quests, and I'm like, okay, and I'm getting tired of this. I need to do what I did with Skyrim. Not exactly the same as I did with Skyrim. Skyrim, I said I'm going to go complete the main story before anything else, and 12 hours later, I'm like, that was it.
Yeah.
So, I and it probably was more than 12 hours, but it felt like a very short game when you just literally stay on the main quest and that's all you do. But what I need to do is I need to realize with open world games, when I start to get tired of it, I need to go back to the main quest.
Yes,
I'm really-
I actually have to agree with that. I've mentioned before how I tend to just fall off of games.
Yeah.
That is the biggest issue, is I'll get caught up doing so much side stuff that I just stop playing the game and never finish it.
Yeah.
And it's happened with dozens and dozens of games for me. So
Oblivion.
that's why I have to do the play
Yeah.
through one game until I finish it before I can move on to another. And I
Right.
started doing that just a few years back, and it's been great for my completion rate.
Yeah. So that said, that's what we're all playing. So good episode, guys.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
I'm really glad you're playing this one. Like, it is one of my favorite games. It was in my top 5 games of all time. It still is, if I think about it. Just, I'm really also glad that you're doing the DLC. As much as I love the original Witcher 3 story, it's one of the few games where the DLC I feel is kind of more into the spirit of the character, and I would argue even better, I think, than the main story of Witcher 3. I really like those DLCs, especially Blood and Wine. Blood and Wine is why I say that CD Projekt Red doesn't need to make another Witcher game ever. I'm good if that's where it ends, because they ended it so well. That said, they're also making a new Witcher game at some point in the next 10 years.
Well,
but
I have
but they don't need to.
admit, I loved Witcher 1. I never completed Witcher 1. It was much more like, American RPG than, say, Witcher 3 being an open world. And I'm looking forward to that remake, because I never did finish Witcher 1, but what I did play, I liked a lot.
Oh, they're doing a remake?
They are.
They are. Witcher 3 is the only one I picked up and played, and I'd love to finish it. And Jake's been trying to goat me into trying to keep on playing. And there's an inside joke.
It's good.
Because Sinistar the inside joke is that Sinistar was trying to not tell anybody what he was playing. And all of us were like, we haven't played Witcher 3. We should finish Witcher 3. And Jake was like, you should play Witcher 3. He's like the only one that's finished it on the team. And even Wolf was like, Witcher 3's on my list. And Sinistar's like, I don't want to tell everybody, but everybody's picking the same game. And though it doesn't matter if we all pick the same game or not,
Yeah.
that's not the
No.
point. But the point is we
Squad
all wanted to
goals.
do something different, right? Squad
Yeah.
goals, exactly.
Yeah.
It would
But
become a race to who finished it first, and I would just like
I mean,
say
we could
side
do a
quest.
Witcher. That'd be a Witcher 3. You don't get to
Race
play. You're the
over.
referee. You're the referee.
Okay, the Witcher series, it's off limits. I don't really even understand all the items going on here. My wife and I we're that couple where we just like to do things together. But the one thing that my wife will kick me out of the room or the house for is when she watches The Witcher. I don't know what's going on. So every
Sounds like
time
she's
I've
playing
ever
some
even
Tetris,
mentioned
GP.
playing it, she's like, "No, that's not for you." So I'm like, "All right."
It's
Yeah.
not
So I'm
for
out.
you.
I'm out with The Witcher.
Please leave. Please
So,
leave.
yeah,
Well,
We'll get out of the movie room.
yeah.
it's don't worry about it, GP. There's nothing going on.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a great program.
Okay, so that's my pick. Going in reverse order, Chard. I believe you're up next.
I am mute. Somebody mentioned mine actually. They were talking about. I think Wolf dropped it maybe, and then my ears perked up because I was like, "No, you can't pick that one. That's mine." Um,
I already have an
So-
idea. I have an idea.
most of you should already know. Everybody should know on the team because I thought I said it.
I might, but I
I
forgot if I did.
I am
We don't pay
also
attention.
going to play. It's all right. Nobody listens to me. I am also playing an open world game. But I am actually going to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh,
okay.
I purchased Horizon Zero Dawn many moons ago when I got my PS4. It was basically like one of the first games I bought because the idea of caveman versus machine was a really cool concept in my opinion, and I freaking love that game. And my close friend Lord Optic, who most of you know, he platinumed it on PS4. And for whatever reason, I think it was streaming it and it just wasn't, I was still in the midst of my retro stuff. It wasn't going very well and I didn't push forward on it. Well, this year we're pushing forward on it. And I'm not going to stretch goal to the extent of what Sinistar is going to do, but my goal is I wanted to get it's the badge. I wanted to get all the achievements on it, but there's an achievement to do a new game plus complete playthrough and also beat the game on ultra difficulty. I ain't doing that shit. But I will get as many achievements that I can grab, the Steam achievements, because I have it on PC, to try and get everything that doesn't involve multiple playthroughs of the game, because it is going to be a long game. So with that being said, I'm going to get every item, find everything on the map. It's going to be a long and arduous trip through the future / past as we descend upon robotic machines and AIs, which are quickly approaching reality. We're going to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and I already told my wife that Forbidden West was going to be purchased at some point. So just don't.
I was going to
don't tell
say,
her
are
I'm
you
gonna get done.
are you going to do the DLC? And it sounds like you are.
I am going to get to the
Yes,
DLC. I have the complete edition that I purchased on, or was purchased for me on Steam. So we are going to do what is it, Frozen Wilds or something like that. I forget
Frozen
what the name
West.
of the
Yeah.
DLC is. Yeah,
Frozen
we're gonna do
Wilds,
the
not
whole
Frozen West.
Yeah.
Frozen Wilds.
Right.
We'll do the DLC and everything that comes with the completed edition. So I guess that would be, yes, I will play both DLC, the one DLC and the entire game. I'm very excited about it. So
I look forward to you playing through this and hearing your opinion on it, because Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my favorite Zelda games of all time.
nice. Very nice. Actually, when the podcast is done, for those of you who are watching, I'm going to go eat dinner, and then I'm going to start my Sisyphean game after that tonight. So
Right on.
January 5th, 2024 is
2024.
going to be the first playthrough of
Now-
Horizon Zero Dawn by me.
Are you starting new tonight?
Absolutely. I'm starting from the very,
Okay.
very, 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 very beginning.
Nice.
So
Nice.
weird shiny face child on PC
Yes.
coming at you. She's got a
Yes.
really big head.
Yeah.
Really big head. I want to try and get through that area because it's very awkward to play. I'm like, oh, this child's head is huge. But she's smart.
Twitch.tv/chardmonk, right? So make sure
Yeah,
people
Chard
check
Yeah.
Monk.
that
Yeah,
out.
I'll be on Twitch. It'll be on Twitch, definitely. And I'll
Cool.
upload. I'll upload to everybody who wants to see it on YouTube. I can upload it there too.
Nice. Nice.
It's a
All
good
right.
pick.
Right on.
GP, I think you are next in the order.
Yeah, so I really should stick with trying to get the penance run done.
Insane. Don't do that.
I know it's just.
How about this?
Tell
How
me-
about
here's
this?
the
How
thing.
It
about
was a
this?
joke that Chard was making.
How about
GP.
this?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I legitimately want to play 10.
Then finish
I would-
10. Don't do the penance run.
Yeah.
Just do 10.
I-
Just beat 10.
Can I make a
beat 10.
suggestion?
Right. Well, okay, stretch goal penance run, but definitely 10. Yes.
What's your suggestion, Wolf? What's your suggestion?
I would say you'd probably have an easier time just playing 10 and then stretch goal
Yeah.
10 too.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you could do that. Yeah. Penance is a fucking nightmare, man. And it took me 3 months after I beat the game to do penance. It is a
Yeah.
trek. It is not something for the faint of heart. I know you can do it. I have no doubt in my mind that you will accomplish it. But you're also a very busy person and don't have the time that I had to invest into that
I
shit.
think that's part of the reason I want to do it is I need to do better at making time for myself and doing these kind of things. So that's part of the appeal is forcing myself to slow down.
I would go, if I were you, just
Mm.
beat 10. And then if
Yeah.
you feel like stretch goal in it, go for it.
Yeah, I think that's hard
If that's
line
what you want to do.
10. Stretch goals will be
Yeah.
10 2, and then penance run.
Okay.
We'll see how
'Cause
fed up I am.
My
after
only-
standard.
I will
my only
preface
rec-
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
No,
Oh,
you go. You go.
I was gonna say 10-2 plays very differently from 10. It feels more like the Saga series in terms of
Okay.
how you level and everything like that. So it's all about what you use. So it plays very different, but it closes a number of holes that 10 leaves open.
Okay.
Might be my
I love
Sisyphean
holes.
game for next year. My
Mm.
only request is if you decide to do anything penance related, that you at least upload it to YouTube in some form. Because I
Yeah,
want to
on God,
watch.
I'll do that.
I want to see that. You can do
Okay.
10 on the privacy of your own house. I'm totally fine with that. But I really, really,
Record the fuck out
if
of
you
the
do the
penance.
stretch goal, I want to see anything you do penance run.
Okay.
That'd be sick.
Bet let's do that.
That's
And
all I
Alright.
want.
on a more personal note, if you or anyone you love is suffering from leprosy, please seek medical help. I don't like I said I don't know
Oh.
I don't
I
know
don't
the
want to
medical
be the only
stats,
cold
but now I'm
one here.
concerned.
Oh.
Press B to cancel leprosy.
We've
advocate.
just pressed B, my friends. We've just
Yeah.
pressed
No, I
B.
want to bring it full circle and be like, look,
Circle to hell.
I don't know if it's still a thing that exists, but if it is, somebody has it,
every
and that
Friday.
sucks.
It still exists somewhere.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know enough
I-
about it. Yeah.
I feel
don't either.
bad. I
That's
do.
why I wanted to that's why I wanted to bring it back up.
Okay.
And make
All
everybody
right.
feel guilty.
And
Not
now
because we need awareness, but because someone feels bad.
I feel like I need to make a donation to some.
I need
You
more
know,
coffee.
I need more
I finished
NyQuil.
mine. I finished mine.
Jake will-
All right, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, you're next. What do? Oh, I'm
okay.
excited to hear Jake's. Do Warpless.
So I've thought after the Battletoads for the entire goddamn year, I've thought really long and hard, and I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out which game to pick for this year. So in the spirit of games, I feel I should be good at to get good at. Like many of you guys, I grew up in arcades in the '90s, and I played a crap ton of fighting games in the arcades. Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom, Sam Show, all those games. I love them, all those games. But the one series I was never good at, and I was kind of intimidated by, was Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2 was okay, it was fine, but Street Fighter 2 Turbo and then Alpha and then 3 were just brick walls in terms of me touching them. So I've always struggled with Street Fighter, and I have enough controllers. I want to get good at a fighting game this year. So I was looking at all the games that have come out recently, because if you're a fighting game fan, you're feasting. Like, there's so many great games that have come out this past year that are in the fighting game genre, and one that's doing it remarkably well is Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 has got a really healthy community, just came out. They got a good roadmap of updates coming. and it seems to be less toxic than some other fighting games out there. So for me in 2023, I'm doing two things. One, I'm going to beat the story mode of Street Fighter 6. It has one. It's not difficult, but I want to do it because it's got a Yakuza type of sense of humor to it I wasn't expecting, and I want to finish it. And then the real meat of my Sisyphean goal for Street Fighter 6 is I want to play online and get to rank of platinum. So I looked at the stats of the player base and what people are at. Platinum is at the highest. I'm not freaking insane. I'm 42. I'm not going to be good at fighting games, but I want to get to a level where I can say, you know what? I'm good at Street Fighter 6, and that is platinum to me. So that's like the third highest level. I think it's like 25% of the player base is at platinum, so that's the level I'm aspiring to. Go ahead, GP.
Okay, so I'm sure that's locked in, and that's the game that you're wanting to go. And I hear you, and you're going to be great at this. But if I can make a suggestion, if there's a fighting game that you're wanting to get good at, and you're concerned about your age, Seinfeld versus Capcom is fire.
I love Seinfeld versus Capcom.
Boom, ba-dum, dum, 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 dum.
Why is this guy
maybe next year.
attacking me?
Oh my god!
What's his problem?
Do I press a button or do I hold back to defend?
There's no pause. Why is there a pause?
The soup fatalities are fantastic.
Jake, I think this is great. I think this is
Yeah.
great. I hope you
that's
do
cool.
record some of it because
I will, yeah.
I'm bad at fighting games. I love them, but I'm bad
Yes.
at them. I just bought Mortal Kombat 1. I'm bad at it.
I want to play it for the story, but yeah, I'm terrible at Mortal Kombat. As much as the story recently has been
Yeah.
great, I'm terrible at them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I look forward to watching, especially with your controller setups, because honestly, the best I ever got at Mortal Kombat was I had the original Mortal Kombat for the PC, and I used WASD keys with like punch kick buttons. It was
Right.
great. Anyway, what do you have to say, Chard?
Are we going to witness this playthrough, Jake, or are you just going to do this in the comfort of your own home?
Well, do you really want to watch me play 4,000 matches for a
Yes.
year?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Maybe not.
but I will
yes,
stream. I will
watch
stream
you
some
play
of
4,000
it, yes.
matches.
No,
You don't
I
have to
think I'll
play
do check-ins.
all of it, but maybe
Yeah.
like some here or there's would be great. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
that's
And
what
I
I plan
would
to do.
watch
Yeah.
Okay.
500 matches, and
Yeah.
I would
Well-
watch 500 more. Just to be the one. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, if there's a way to figure out if you're doing a match to go up a tier, I think that would be great to like stream those.
Yeah, that's a
right.
good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
absolutely.
know that like this is a tier rank or whatever, like or you're
Close,
close enough or something, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I can do.
Please provide. Even if you just throw videos on YouTube, I don't give a shit. I would like to go on this adventure with you. That's what
Yeah.
I'd like to do. I
Yeah.
think that'd be cool. Especially with the, like you said, you have so many arcade sticks. That's
Yeah.
that's like your thing.
I mean, that's
So now
my
you're
other
going to
hobby.
utilize that.
is
That's
those.
dope.
Mhm.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry, you did.
Awesome. I think it's a great goal. I love it. I love
Great.
it. All right.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, werewolf.
Oh, well, who are we kidding? Definitely least.
No.
No, fuck that. Fuck you, dog.
No.
Disagree.
You are among the best of us.
Top 5.
Okay, so
If
top
not,
five.
top 5, easy.
Is your game Witcher 3? Is
Bottom
it
five,
finally out
too.
of the bag?
Yeah. Are you doing Witcher 3?
I'm excited to hear
So,
because I know he
I-
was hung up on something, so I want to hear it.
Yes, I was racking my brain as to what to go with because I had intended to play Final Fantasy 12 finally last year. Purchased it for the Switch because I was like, I'm gonna play through 12 after I am finished with Zelda and 6. And then those took forever. And then before I knew it, Sea of Stars was done. I was playing Control. It was the end of the year. There was no Final Fantasy 12. And so I was considering that, but I was like, I don't want to do another Final Fantasy. That's kind of boring. I'm probably still going to play through it this year.
I mean,
but
there's only 16 of them.
not on
so,
my
I mean,
list. Right. But then I was like, well, maybe Witcher 3 because I got that with my PS4 when I was given my PS4. And I've had that since what, 2017, 2016, something like that. So I was like, I need to play through that. Had not touched it yet. But then, Sinistar was like, well, that's what I'm playing through. And so I was like, all right, let me play something else. But I think I ultimately fell on Okami because I bought that for the PS2 back when, and like
That
a
is a
billion other games, I bought it at release and never fucking touched it. And then eventually got rid of it because I never fucking touched it.
that is
But I
a
have it on
great game.
Steam.
Yeah.
So I've got Steam, I've got the Steam Deck. Though, depending on how long that is, I might record it and put it on YouTube for the channel. I don't know.
Sick. Yes, do it.
So, depending on playtime for that, I might do that. But yeah, I think Okami is where I'm at. I I still have the pre-order bonus from buying the PS2 game. That stupid
Nice.
little Buddha board in its Capcom box.
Nice.
That Okami is a great game.
Okami is
It's
phenomenal.
compelling.
I
The
have
Steam version
heard.
is the Steam version
so
is
good.
fantastic. Yeah.
And
So good.
I mean, you play as a fucking wolf. Why
Yeah.
have I not played it yet?
See,
brand.
this was during
On brand,
when
yep.
when Okami or Okami when Okami came out. It was during that like heavy cell shaded like time frame that was coming out for the PS2 or whatever.
I love the art
And
style
I
of Okami.
love, thank you so god damn it. That's why I love you, Wolf. There's so many people that don't care for that style. I don't know why, but I love it. I love the whole watercolor
It's
airbrush look to the game. It looks like artwork from start to finish.
Yeah.
it's
And
honestly
the
part of the
mechanics.
reason. It's honestly
go
part
ahead.
of the reason that I absolutely adore the Dragon Quest Forgotten King, whichever one it is.
The
7, 8,
PS2
which
one?
yeah.
8.
And
Eight.
because it has that cell shaded, I love it. It's
Oh, yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah.
I
the
love Dragon Quest 8 for that. I love Wild Arms 3 for that. Like that weird like heavy dark outline
Mhm.
with, hand painted or hand colored style to it, cell shaded. It just looks gorgeous to me. I absolutely love that style. Like Jet Set Radio is another one. That same similar cell shaded art style. I love it.
Telltale's
So-
The
Batman.
mechanics, all the mechanics in the game
Oh,
are
nice.
fucking out of this world, and it's so fun to learn and to play. I was playing it on the Steam Deck because I have the Steam version as well. Plays fantastic on the Steam Deck as well as everywhere else. So I told you, because I told you this in an MP, I got both Okami and Shadow of the Colossus, and I was in an embarrassment of riches during that time because I couldn't figure out which game to play because they're both fucking amazing. So super pumped you with Okami. That's going to be
Did
sick.
Colossus come to PC?
It did.
No, it came to PS.
No.
It came to PS4.
No, you're right. You're right.
came to
It's, the
PS4.
remaster is on PS4. You're correct. You're correct. on that.
Okay,
'Cause
so
I played both of them.
no, I
It's janky
do
as
not
fuck.
have access to that.
Super janky.
But that was
Yes,
that
you
that was
do.
another one that
Bullshit.
was
You got a friend who has it, sir.
I
who lives
I have
near
the
you.
PS2
Thank
game,
you very much.
but fair.
I got a
but-
fucking PS4. I'd bring that to your goddamn house if I had to.
Well, I got a PS4.
You were like, I want to play this.
Well-
I'd make it happen. White Wall.
I have the PS2 game, and I think I got like halfway through it before I stopped playing that one. But yeah, I'm going with Okami. I'm gonna finish that, but Shadow of the Colossus was another one I kind of tossed around. So yeah, I'm gonna have
Stretch
fun
goal?
playing
Love it.
Okami. Yeah, maybe stretch goal. And the nice thing is now I can like recently fixed my computer. No more blue screens. They're a thing of the past for me. So I can actually record stuff and not worry about losing content or just being pissed at myself. So it's more likely to start getting some stuff recorded and put on the channel with that.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Look at
Excellent.
us. Look at
Well,
us
I
with
think
great
we
games.
have an epic list for 2024.
It's gonna be a good year, fellas.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
We're gonna have to figure out how to one up the Wheel of Pain for our next one.
I don't know. There was
Is
some
there
good
enough
shit
on this
on
wheel?
Jake.
Yeah.
Honestly, because Jake is the only person, we should just leave it the way it is and then maybe take one game off. I'm serious. Because
Well,
and
that's-
it's not a cut to you. It's not a dig. It's
No.
why literally revamp the wheel when all we got to do is take the one. We'll take Buck Bumble off, throw something in there, and then
Yeah.
I can tentatively not play werewolf and cry about it later.
It's okay. But Super Mario Brothers Special is a game that is dear to my heart, and I want more people on the show to play the special on the PC-88. So
Isn't that the one you
somebody
threw
will
into
play
the
that
ocean?
game.
Yeah.
Hey,
Werewolf,
I got
know that
I
one,
got
yeah.
bing-
the cartridge.
I got bingo. I got bingo.
I have
Yeah,
Werewolf. It is not a good game. Like it,
Isn't
No,
that the
it's
one
it
not.
that
has the
went?
Terrible.
makings of
Awful.
a good game,
Isn't
but it's
that the-
not a good game.
Isn't that the one that went into the ocean?
No, that was
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune. We did some sleight of hand.
Yeah.
But that was the
Sleight of hand
game
and a
that
fishing line.
went into the ocean, right? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pumped. So we got Final Fantasy X with a possible pen and stretch goal. We got Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'm super excited to play for you guys. We got Witcher 3 with everybody
Which
else.
all
That'll
of
be
us are
everybody-
playing. Which
everybody's
all of us are
stretch goal.
playing.
I'm out. I can't.
Funny how that
We got
works. Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 story mode and possible platinuming. That would be great.
Oh, I'll be platinum.
And then you got it. And then an Okami finisher. It's like a sweet dessert
Yeah.
to finish a fantastic meal. This is going to be a killer year, guys. There may not be a
One
lot of
for the
great
books.
games coming out, but I'll tell you what, Press B to Cancel is bringing the fucking heat. Tell you that
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
GG.
Fantastic. Well, we're trying to work on timing for our game of the year for 2023. It will be coming soon, within the next probably month. I assume we'll all figure out a time to get together and do our game of the year. But so watch for that.
It's not Elden
Yeah.
Ring. Shocker. Surprise.
It's Elden Ring 2. Oh wait.
It is. Or it's the Erd Tree. It's the DLC.
Yeah.
Getting DLC. Yeah, I was gonna say that's coming soon.
Yeah. It's coming out.
No. So if you enjoyed what you watched, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Go to our website, pressbtocancel.com. We have a Discord channel. You can come yell at us. You can come tell us that we picked the wrong games or we picked the right games. Today was successful. We stream both on Twitch when we can and YouTube on Fridays. We'll also be on your favorite audio podcast service. If we're not, yell at Jake. Tell him his mic's bad.
Okay, I'm used to it by now.
Yeah.
I got a better mic. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I got
Well,
Steam
That's
Deck.
all
stream
right.
from our Steam.
Next,
We'll
yeah,
all
next,
stream from the Stream Deck. Episode.
next week we're all streaming from the Steam Deck. Yeah.
GP, come to my house. You can stream from my Steam Deck. That way you don't have
I
to buy
would
one.
love that.
I
Otherwise,
know. I would love you here.
Instead of my little camera space here, just put like a Game Boy Advance picture and be like, yeah, GP's
Yeah,
Bro,
just
you need to
black
be
and
like
white your
red and
screen,
black,
be here,
like
yeah.
the Virtual
colors.
Boy. That'd
Yeah.
be fucking great.
Yeah.
So
No, awesome. Well, any other comments, gents, or do we call this a wrap?
I think
Just
it's
wanted to
a
say
I think
congrats
it's a
to that kid who
bacon.
beat Tetris.
Oh,
Like, I don't know
for
if you
sure.
guys saw that or whatever, but that kid,
Yeah.
man, 100 and whatever lines.
Oh, that
Yeah.
13-year-old kid. I
Yeah.
saw
I was
the
gonna say,
article
he
about
was-
that. I didn't.
He was 13
see-
when he started. He's 50 now because he's never stopped.
Actually, his quote literally was, "I can't feel my fingers."
I can't imagine the pain.
I just,
yeah.
you know,
so much Tetris
I
for a young man. I don't know.
it's incredibly impressive. But I got to say, for like all the generations that came up playing Tetris, and like, I wanted to throw a parade for myself first time I got into the triple digits. But to see that kind of thing and have it be accomplished by somebody so young, really like made me happy to think that the classics are still getting the love that they deserve. So good
Oh,
job,
yeah.
you know, for that kid.
Oh
and
yeah.
all the best. Congrats, yeah.
for
and,
sure.
and being a primarily retro podcast, even though we've done a lot of more newer stuff lately, it still warms all of our old hearts that stuff's still getting out there and getting done. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's right.
Tetris is a great movie, by the way. Go watch that.
It
if you
is.
haven't watched it yet.
bet it
amazing
was.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that too,
shockingly
yes.
good.
All right. Well, any other comments?
Like
All right.
everybody else
Ah,
will be. Well,
ah,
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
ah.
What do you got? What do you?
Ah,
I'm gonna be.
ah.
Yeah,
sorry.
this fucking guy.
Doing the
I
Final
will be
Fantasy
sh-
X left.
I will
Yes.
be streaming. I don't worry, that'll come out tonight. I will be streaming my Sisyphean playthrough all on Twitch. So if anybody's interested who wants to come and watch me struggle
Woo.
with Aloy and the rest of the team, please come over to www.twitch.tv/chardmonk and come and hang out with me there. And then I hope to watch everybody else's playthrough in some fit form or function, because that would be great. GP, you didn't want to talk about yourself, so this year it's all about me, baby.
It's gonna be a good year.
It's gonna be a strong year.
All right. This has been Press B to Cancel.